What's up, losers? Today I'm back with more fun posts from r/fatlogic. To read, react to, and, if past experience is anything to go by, to have a bit of a chuckle at. This is episode 42 in the fatlogic series. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Charcuterie phone case. The olive bowl acts as a pop socket.
The craftsmanship is amazing. Unfortunately, it screams skinny privilege. Even if I liked charcuterie boards, my fat ass could never. Because I can just imagine the harassment.
Wow, the fat activists really can insert themselves into any situation, and make it all about them, can't they? It's uncanny. Imagine being so self-centered, that even when you see something cool like this, you can't just compliment it. You have to twist it into an attack on you, and complain about how supposedly hard your life is. Like seriously, who does that? Nobody cares. It's a phone case. Get some perspective for frick's sake. If anything, complaining about stuff as frivolous as this just exposes how hollow the fat liberation critique is. As much as they might dramatize the daily struggle of living in a fatphobic society. If this is the stuff that's occupying their thoughts, I think they're going to be okay. Furthermore, I find it hard to believe that a fat person would experience much, if any, harassment over something like this, and I have a couple of reasons for believing this. A. People aren't that interested in other people's phone cases. Generally speaking. B. Most of the food seen on the case is pretty nutritious and generally healthy looking. Not the sort of stuff that people associate with fatness. C. Most people just aren't assholes to that degree. And D. Being fat is so common these days, that if somebody wanted to harass fat people over things as minor as this, there wouldn't be enough hours in the day. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the comment about skinny privilege. As for the case itself, it's pretty cool, not gonna lie. I probably wouldn't use one like it, because I don't really care for those kinds of foods. But if they made one with white Monster cans and Skittles on it, I would definitely be interested, haha.
Client, what if I gain weight? Me, what if you gain so much more than weight? Find food freedom.
Well, I have good news and bad news. The good news is that if you gain a lot of weight, and give up on trying to control it, you will indeed gain other things along with that weight. The bad news is that the things you are likely to gain include high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, among other crippling health issues. So yeah, you're not exactly gaining candy canes and lollipops, haha. In all seriousness though, I find the whole concept of food freedom perplexing, and more than a little backwards, at least when it's used in a general setting. If we're talking about people in recovery from a restrictive eating disorder, say, I understand the need to attain a degree of freedom from compulsive restriction, because it puts one's health at risk, and controls their life. But for the vast majority of the population, attaining quote-unquote food freedom is not a problem, because they are already comfortable eating the foods that they enjoy, and eating plenty of them. If anything, the more common issue people face is not freeing themselves to eat more, but freeing themselves from the urge to overeat. When we reframe it in these terms, we can see that this call to break the shackles of diet culture, or whatever, is actually a call to give in to the ties that are already binding you, being food addiction and a lack of self-control. In other words, it's a way for people who are either unwilling, or believe themselves unable, to lose weight, to turn this into an act of courageous defiance, rather than the passive acceptance of one's limitations, and refusal to try to overcome them. That it really is. And, I don't know, I think that's kinda sad.
Just leaving this here and dropping it. Be fat or whatever. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you.
You fricked up. Some people are fine with their body type. It's body positivity. Everyone can choose what they want to do. Don't tell others what to do. Just because you know that. Oh, it can cause health problems.
Do people not understand? You shouldn't be celebrating being obese. You literally will have a risk of getting diseases. And even dying.
Okay, so, I think this post is a useful jumping off point for something I've been meaning to talk about for a while, but haven't really gotten around to. And that is, how fat activists will pretend that they're just minding their own business. And that people who talk about the dangers of obesity, or the advantages of dieting, are just mean fat folks trying to attack them. This framing is deceptive, because for the most part, critics of fat acceptance do not start fights with random fat people who are just living their lives. We respond to publicly issued material from fat activists, which make claims about health, society, and dieting that we consider inaccurate or harmful. In other words, we engage in a debate. There are two sides, and each is entitled to present their case. This is not about bullying fat people, and it never was. On the contrary, I think fat activists insert themselves into other people's business much more than the other way around. The post about the phone case served as a solid example in this regard. But perhaps even more significantly, think of all the times fat activists have railed against diet plans that people willingly participate in, or gone after public figures for choosing to lose weight. Where was that "people can choose for themselves, live and let live" energy then? Because it sure seems to me that this defense only works in one direction. The reality is that everyone gets to have their say, and I am more than okay with that. Fat activists can say that dieting is evil, and obesity is no big deal. Scientologists can say that Xenu blew up volcanoes with hydrogen bombs, or whatever, and those of us with common sense can call out BS wherever we find it. There's going to be a debate, and that's fine. But you don't get to make a bunch of ludicrous claims, attack other people for doing things differently to you, and then pretend that you're the victim of bullying and harassment when you get a little pushback. If you want a seat at the grown-up table, you're going to have to act like a grown-up. And that's just the way things are. Sorry, not sorry.
We don't consider weight loss a symptom. We only consider weight gain a symptom.
Okay, so, this one is just wrong. LMAO, like, we absolutely consider unexplained weight loss a symptom. It can be a symptom of a whole bunch of different conditions, including mental health conditions like depression. So, what planet is this person living on? Haha. I can only assume that what they mean here is, we don't consider intentional weight loss a symptom. Which, while true, is completely obvious. Like, if someone knowingly undertakes a diet and loses weight, we know what's causing the weight loss. And we know that there's no underlying condition. So it's not a symptom of anything. And as if this post wasn't wrong enough, intended weight gain isn't considered a symptom either. Like, if you decide to bulk up at the gym and get bigger, nobody is going to consider that a symptom of anything, are they? So yeah, what a weird and nonsensical post. I thought I would include it in a video, just because it made me do a double take when I first read it. But it's so easily disproven that there isn't much work to be done in responding to it. So that's it, I guess. Not much more to say, really. Well, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's posts and my responses to them. I haven't been getting much sleep lately, and I'm pretty tired, so I hope everything, made sense and all that. Anyway, what do you think? Is it skinny privilege to have a custom phone case with food on it? Is it worth getting fat to attain? Food freedom. Are fat activists just minding their own business? Is weight loss a symptom? Let me know in the comments. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, or I'll loudly tell you how lame I think your phone case is in public. And it'll be really embarrassing and painful for you. Just kidding, haha. Anyway, catch you later.